Chapter 4 Urbanization. A quick glance. Meaning of urbanization. Development of urbanization from 8000 CE till date. Causes of urbanization. Impacts of urbanization. Satellite cities and their characteristics. Smart cities. The term urban is derived from the Latin words urbanus, in which urbi means city and urbanus means belonging to a city. The process of transformation of small rural settlements into big cities and towns is termed as urbanization. Towns and cities are urban settlements. The establishment of these urban settlements was a very long process. We have already studied that modern humans transformed from hunters and gatherers to farmers and settled at one place. Their settlements gradually grew in villages and their population kept on increasing due to the regular availability of food. By 8000 BCE, many people had settled in small villages and were cultivating crops and domesticating animals. These people kept on thinking new ideas and creating new things. By that time, increase in crop production made the villages capable of supporting more people as they grew bigger, and everyone was no longer required to grow crops. This changed their ways of leading life, which became more organized. Some people became craftsmen and traders. Gradually, the village establishments grew into towns and cities with dwelling houses, public buildings, storehouses, markets, and places of worship. Trade, craft, and agriculture flourished in such settlements under an efficient administrative system. This marked the beginning of urbanization. Although a major portion of the population still lived in villages in the rural areas, such earliest towns and cities developed in Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, and China. The remains of such ancient cities have been excavated in Mohenjo-daro, India, and Pakistan, and Çatalhöyük, Turkey. Some ancient cities still inhabited in the world are Varanasi, India, Rome, Italy, Luxor, Egypt, Jericho, Palestine, Athens, Greece, and Damascus, Syria. Some of the ancient cities developed as capital cities of small countries under the patronage of their respective kings or emperors who lived in these cities and developed it with their surplus wealth. Later, during the medieval period, increase in overseas trade among the European countries led to the establishment of many urban centers in Europe. Some examples are London, Paris, Bern, and Madrid, which were local market towns that gradually developed into cities. During the modern period, Industrial Revolution in the 18th century resulted in the growth and development of industries in many parts of the world. This led to a large-scale urbanization, as increased economic activities and industries created job opportunities which attracted many people to migrate from rural areas and settle in these urban centers or cities. At present, more than half of the world's population, estimated at about 54%, lives in urban areas. Since 1950, rapid urbanization has taken place in Asia, Africa, and South America because of rural to urban migration. As per the data provided by UN Population Division, the table given below gives a brief account of the rapid urbanization rate, which is expected to reach 66% by 2050. Year. World population in million. Urban population 1800, 907, 2.4%, 1900, 16, 10, 9.2%, 1950, 2509, 20.9%, 1991, 5234, 43.0%, 2001, 6325, 48.0%, 2025, 8039, 57.0%, 2050, 66.0%. Some of the urban cities that have experienced remarkable growth in the recent times are Osaka, Tokyo, New York, Chicago, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Cairo, Lagos, Seoul, Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin, Guangzhou, Istanbul, Mumbai, Delhi, etc. The most notable feature of urbanization in the world in recent times is the rapid and continuous increase in the number of megacities or metropolitan cities. In 1950, there were just two megacities, Tokyo and New York, but this number rose to 37 in 2017, out of which the largest number of megacities are in Asia. Causes of urbanization. Migration of people from rural areas to urban areas led to urbanization. Since urbanization is mainly caused by migration, it is governed by the same push and pull factors of migration which we have studied in the previous chapter. The expansion of cities and many adjoining areas becoming a part of the main cities have been caused by various factors. They are as follows. Rural-urban migration. The main reason for the increase in the proportion of people living in the urban areas is the migration of people from rural areas to urban areas. Expectations of higher earnings and better standards of living in urban areas have attracted people from rural areas to towns and cities which have better employment opportunities, better education and civic facilities, better infrastructure with developed transport and recreational facilities, more social and religious freedom because of diverse culture. They could not get all these modern amenities in their rural setup. Those economically less developed countries which are gradually trying to improve their economy are getting urbanized rapidly in the current times. Many such countries are in the continents of Asia and Africa. Transformation of rural areas to urban areas. Trade and commerce play an important role in the transformation of any rural area to urban area. This happens when a new mineral deposit is found in a rural area and mines are set up. This leads to setting up of factories, developing housing facilities, power supply, markets, transport routes, educational facilities, health facilities, etc. At such places, transforming them into an urban center. Some examples are Jamshedpur in India, which developed around Tata Iron and Steel Plant, and Johannesburg in South Africa, which developed around a gold mines to natural increase. The population of urban areas has increased also because of natural increase caused by high birth rate and comparatively lower death rate due to better healthcare facilities and higher standard of living. Impacts of urbanization. The impact of urbanization on the socio-economic conditions of a country is not the same in different parts of the world. This variation is not only due to the level of development, but it also depends upon the size of the urban population in a particular area and the manner in which planning has been done. Urbanization in a planned manner has a positive impact, whereas unplanned urbanization has a negative impact. Positive impacts. Urbanization leads to economic growth due to industrialization and development of modern technology. This in turn provides better job opportunities to many people and increases the per capita income. Urbanization, if done in a planned manner, has better infrastructure with well-developed means of transport and communication systems, better education, medical, housing, sanitation, power supply, water supply facilities that ensure higher standard of living. Urbanization promotes social and religious freedom by allowing people from different regions living together to exchange ideas and socialize with each other. In such a diverse culture, the social and religious taboos disappear and the general quality of life of the people improves as they develop a better understanding. Negative impacts. If urbanization is done in an unplanned manner, it results in overpopulation, which in turn exerts pressure on the existing infrastructure. Such overcrowding in cities leads to unhygienic conditions and gives rise to public health and sanitation issues. This results in outbreak of diseases. Urbanization results in increase in soil, air and water pollution levels caused by vehicles, factories and domestic wastes. Overpopulation in cities results in unemployment or underemployment. Those who migrate from rural areas and cannot find a good job are unable to afford proper housing facilities because of high house rents. They are forced to live in overcrowded colonies with poor housing and living conditions. This causes growth of slums. Unemployment and poverty gives rise to a number of social problems like violence and increased crime rates. The life of the people in urban areas is stressful because of the high cost of living. The higher earnings offered by urbanization may at times not be sufficient to meet their requirements. Urbanization attracts the people to move from rural areas, thus creating shortage of workforce in the villages, which hampers agricultural activities. Satellite cities. Overpopulation in cities due to urbanization makes them highly congested, which in turn makes their public utility services and other facilities inadequate and inefficient. To maintain a balance between the population and the available resources in a particular area, satellite cities were developed near the main cities. These are outside the limits of the main cities but are connected to the main cities by a well-developed and efficient transport system. They are mostly independent, small or medium-sized metropolitan areas developed as an extension to the main cities with the main aim of decongesting the overpopulated and over-urbanized main city. Such satellite cities have sprung up across the world to bring an end to the problems faced by their corresponding main cities caused by uncontrolled growth and over-congestion. The problems of some main cities were so great that they have more than one satellite city to supplement their expansion. There are many satellite cities in the world. Brentwood, Chelmsford and Crawley were developed near London. New Haven and Bridgeport were developed near New York. Gary was developed near Chicago. Guelph and Kitchen were developed near Toronto in Canada.
There are many satellite cities in India too. Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurugram and Faridabad were developed near Delhi. Navi Mumbai and Thane were developed near Mumbai. Kalyani and Rajarhat were developed near Kolkata. Yelahanka was developed near Bengaluru. Hitak city was developed near Hyderabad. Mohali was developed near Chandigarh.
Characteristics of a satellite city. Those cities which have now been given the status of satellite cities after they were interconnected to larger cities had been in existence as simple cities before also. Their characteristics are as follows. Satellite cities are well planned and are designed in such a way that they can help the larger cities by accommodating and employing some of the excess population of those cities. They are separated from their neighboring main city either by a stretch of rural area or by a river or canal. They are well connected to their neighboring larger city by a developed public transport system such as buses, metro rail and expressways because there is a lot of commuting between both the cities. They are smaller urban areas located on the fringe of the main city, generally surrounded by a green belt, whose limits are well established with some set guidelines restricting its expansion. They are different from suburbs as they have their own distinct identity from their neighboring large city with their own municipal government and their own water supply, power supply and waste management systems to look after the civic amenities. Satellite cities have their own central districts surrounded by a well-planned residential neighborhoods with schools, offices, banks and shops. They are economically and socially independent, but they are economically less important than the main smart cities, those urban areas whose economic, social and institutional infrastructure has been digitalized by the use of information and communication technology (ICT) to improve the efficiency of its services and improve the quality of life of its citizens are called smart cities. ICT is widely used in all the public utility services such as water supply, power supply, transport and traffic management, waste management, health care, education, and law enforcement. Computerized systems are used to keep records and monitor the proper management of resources. Online services are provided to the residents so that they can communicate directly with the government. The main aim of building a smart city is to promote rational economic development by improving the standard of living of the people through optimum utilization of resources and better prepare the citizens and authorities to face environmental challenges. The concept of smart city is the same all over the world. However, there may be some variations depending upon the level of economic development and the willingness of the people. Some main smart cities of the world are New York City and San Francisco, USA, Madrid and Barcelona, Spain, London and Manchester, UK, Singapore City, Singapore Songdo International Business District of Seoul, South Korea, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, Stockholm, Sweden, Berlin, Germany, Paris, France, Hong Kong, China, Vienna, Austria, Dublin, Ireland, etc. In India, government has launched the Smart Cities Mission, which is an urban renewal program implemented by the Ministry of Urban Development to create some smart cities across the country in collaboration with the state governments of the concerned states where the chosen cities are located. Some such chosen cities are Bhubaneswar, Pune, Jaipur, Surat, Ahmedabad, Ludhiana, Indore, Patna, Guwahati, Kochi, Visakhapatnam, etc. In total, the Government of India plans to develop about 100 smart cities across the country. Glossary: megacities, very large cities with a population over 10 million. Metropolitan cities: in India, it is a city with a population of more than 4 million. Taboo: something that is avoided or forbidden for religious or social reasons. Fringe: an outer edge. Rational: the principles or reasons which explain a particular decision, course of action, belief, etc. Recap: the process of transformation of small rural settlements into big cities and towns is termed as urbanization. The establishment of the urban settlements was a very long process. In 1950, there were just 2 megacities, but this numbers rose to 37 in 2017, out of which a large number are in Asia. Since urbanization is mainly caused by migration, it is governed by the push and pull factors of migration. Urbanization has both positive and negative impacts. Satellite cities were developed near the main cities to maintain a balance between the population and the available resources in a particular area. Those urban areas whose economic, social and institutional infrastructure has been digitalized by the use of ICT are called smart cities.